What's up, everyone? Well, I'm in a pretty beautiful rig hanging out with Tony. How you doing? Yeah, we're on this awesome FUSO platform here with this beautiful home on wheels. So we're just mobbing out in the desert. We're gonna show you guys how cool this rig is. He actually built it himself. Here she is, Tony. This thing is awesome.
Glad you like it.
I love it. So yeah, as you guys can see, it's like a FUSO, a lot like an Earth Cruiser, but you built it all yourself, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
Very cool.
This truck started life as a 2012 flatbed out in Red Deer hauling porta-johnies around mining sites. And I bought the truck sold unseen, flew out, cut the back off it with an Australian buddy. We had all of the suspension, the wheels, the bumper, the tyres, all shipped over from Australia, so they were there waiting for me. And we also ordered a custom body from Total Composites out in BC, which is the body that you see on the back of the truck. And then I picked the truck up last February 2019. Drove it back across the country to Ontario and started the build out myself of all of the interior systems, etc. in May of this year, and finished this Christmas. And this is our first inaugural run out to Arizona from Canada in it. We had before a 28-foot Airstream that we used to tow behind an F-150. We're big into craft coffee, we're big into breweries, we love to hike, we love to bike, we love to get off-road. The Airstream was fantastic, don't get me wrong, super comfortable, but extremely limiting. So we would see places that we wanted to go en route, but we couldn't get in because we couldn't make the turn, we couldn't park. The final crunch for us was when we went to Moab. We were camping up on the slip rock and we saw these amazing rigs camped right down in the rocks, biking straight out of their front door. We couldn't get there without ripping the plumbing off. We had no ground clearance. So we came back and we said, look, we got to do something different. And friends of ours had a similar rig to this. We went to see it, fell in love with it, and at that point just decided, I think I can build one. I'll take you around the outside. I mean, obviously the front here, we've got the bumper on here. This has got a space for a 17,500 pound winch, which I've yet to put in. We've got the lighting bar for off-trail work, the bush bars for pushing through all those branches. We've got some additional storage on the top there. And then inside, the cab's been completely revamped, new heated seats, completely insulated the cab, put a reversing camera in, GPS, Apple CarPlay, all the toys just to make the journey quiet, warm and comfortable for us. Then the exterior, you can see down here the subframe that we had built with all of the individual suspension points, which allow the chassis to twist without passing any of that dynamic twist through to the body. Here we've got the exhaust for the diesel heater, which I'll show you on the inside. So this is a single fuel vehicle. There's no propane gas on this vehicle. Everything pulls from the diesel tank, our heating, our hot water. So it makes it really easy from a point of view of filling up. You've only got to fill up with one fuel. You haven't got to look for gas bottles and what have you. But it also makes it easier for continental travel as well. You've got less permits, less paperwork if it's a single fuel vehicle. We do have 120 in when we are connected to landline, which is really when we're at home because we use this vehicle off grid. There's 670 watts of solar up on the roof, and that all comes down inside to a power plant which has got 400 amp hours of lithium batteries inside from Battleborn, and that powers the whole rig and gives us basically infinite power when we're off grid. We've got an external shower point here, which is great for when you just come back from hikes and what have you, for showering things off. We've got our water fill point here, and then our water fill point comes into the storage container here. We've got a three-stage filtration system in here. So we've got a closed system. It filters on the input, so we don't end up with any sediment in our tank. So wherever we're pulling water from, we know that we've got an abundant supply of fresh water. We've got 75 gallons capacity in this thing. So we've got a full pass-through, which is all lit and heated. More importantly, there isn't anywhere on the inside of this vehicle that isn't heated. All the plumbing is warm side as well, so we can go basically off-grid in any temperatures. This body, incidentally, is 56mm thick solid composite on the exterior, and then the floor and the ceiling are 86mm thick solid composite, so it's extremely well insulated from the heat and from the cold. And then we've got the Arctic turn windows, which are all double pane as well. We get minimal, if any, condensation on these things. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough good things about the product. We'll come around to the back here, and we just got a utility rack on the back where we keep our handy recovery gear. We've got a bike rack that just clips down here, so we can stick our mountain bikes on the back.
Got the Max Tracks, I see. Have you had to use these
We
yet?
haven't had to use them yet. They're still fresh and orange.
Nice, yeah.
So, but they're there when we need them, which is the important thing. We've got the all-important backup camera, which is actually wide as a rear view mirror in this truck. So that's on all the time, so we can always see what's behind us for overtaking on the freeway and what have you. Again, more storage. We've got an Elgin freezer in here for additional food space storage for when we go off-grid for longer periods of time when we're not near a grocery store. In here you can see the 75-gallon fresh water tank, and you can also see the back of the composting toilet here, which slides out into the bathroom, which I'll show you when we get to the interior. We've got the ARB 8-foot awning, which comes out, and this does have the option for zipping a room on, although we haven't really gone that far yet with it. But this is fantastic, especially if you want to cook outside. And talking of cooking outside, we've got this handy fold-down table that we can put a gas stove on for cooking out, which we're huge fans of. I'll take you inside now. So we've got a staircase which just pulls out, slides out, and then grab handle here because she's quite high up. Always good after a few beers. And then I'll take you inside.
All right, let's come on in.
Yeah, so this is the interior of the truck. This was essentially what I've been working on since May this year, building all of this out. And we really wanted it to have a clean kind of Euro look. So we went with the gloss white. So this is the actual finish of the body that you get from Total Composites. There's nothing been done to this. This is as it comes. So what I loved about picking the box up was my interior finish was already done. Then I just had to find some additional material, which you see that I've made all the units out of, that matched that, or as close as I could get to it. So over here we've got the sort of standard dinette that you would see in any Overland vehicle. This is kind of handy, so this kind of swings around, and which is great, without taking up too much space when you're in transit. And of course you can shoot that straight out the way too.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's the Lagoon table mount.
Yeah, fantastic
cool.
bit of kit. And dinettes are great for a lot of reasons, but mainly because of the storage underneath. So if I just move the table out of the way here, we can see under this side of the dinette we've got a full diesel heater. It's a planar heater and an Elgina hot water heater, so everything runs again from the diesel tank. All the time your heating's on, you've got hot water, and if you want to use your hot water in hot weather, you just got a diversion valve and it shoots out the excess air for heating that. So this works great. This is a Total Composites product. It's brought in from Russia. Very, very rudimentary, and what I love about this heater is it's something that you can actually fix on the trail. So if it goes pear-shaped, you don't need a laptop.
Yes, that is important.
Yeah, exactly. This is our built-in cell Wi-Fi router. So once this is on and we're connected to cell, we've got a full Wi-Fi network in the rig to connect anything we want to. So we can stream Netflix in bed on an iPad Pro. We can stream music down at the front, say, hey Siri, play me some Pink Floyd while we're driving. It all streams through this, and it doesn't use our cell phone data.
That's awesome.
So it's fantastic.
Sorry, I'm having trouble with the connection.
Cut! Let's reshoot that. No, not happening.
Yeah, it's a great bit of kit, and we're just going to add, as you saw back at the house there, we're going to put the WeBoost booster in here,
yeah,
to get better signal strength.
Yeah.
Then this side we've got our solar power plant, and I was very fortunate to have a buddy from Berlin in the country at the time who actually helped me wire all of this in. So we've got our 400 amp hours of Battleborn batteries in there, and then we've got all of the Victron kit. I think the Victron kit is just second to none. It's absolutely fantastic, and I love the way everything can be accessed through the app, so you know exactly where you are on your power consumption, your solar input. And talking of solar input, we've got the main control panel up here. So we've got all of our breakers, every single item in here. In total, there's about 240 feet of wiring in this truck for all of the different components, the lights, etc. We've got the Max Air fan, which is great for cooling things down. And then we've got a 3000 watt inverter. So when we do want 120, we've got some 120 points down here. And we've got these really handy 120 points in the kitchen counter here, which is great. So there, you only pop them up when you need to use them, and you've got your 2 USB charging points. They come on with the inverter. So this is great for, you know, running your coffee machine, toaster, that kind of thing. We cook on induction, which has been absolutely fantastic. Super efficient. Then we've got the isotherm double fridge. So both drawers are a fridge. There's no freezer here. That's why we have the freezer in the back. We really wanted a lot of fridge space because we're big on organic eating and fresh eating. So a good sized fridge was important to us. Then we've got the drawers, which all lock for transit. And we've got all of our cooking equipment in, which works really great. And then there's obviously the kitchen sink, which is fairly rudimentary. We've got a small garbage in here, which is really handy for when you're chopping food and what have you. You may not be aware, but you actually walk through the bathroom. So what's great about this is we had an Airstream, a 28-foot Airstream. It had a huge bathroom, and don't get me wrong, it was lovely. But a massive waste of space for something that you spend all of 2 minutes in, because as we all know, when you're off-grid, water is paramount. You're not having long showers in the sun. You're in and out in 5 minutes. So the bathroom's a walk-through bathroom. Essentially, when you want to use it as a bathroom, you've just got a shower screen that pulls across, and the water just literally flows straight through this teak grid that we built here, straight into a stainless shower pan and straight into a 45-gallon waste tank at the bottom. You can even shower with a view as well. You get your bug net that comes across if you're that way inclined.
That's great. I really like that. Shower with a view.
Shower with a view, and well, you can do other things with a view as well. When you slide the toilet out, we've got the Nature's Head composting toilet. Again, fantastic product. First composting toilet we've ever had. I would never have another toilet. It is just fantastic. So that works really great. It just slides away when we're not using it. And we've got a great mudroom, so you come in from a hike, you can just get showered off, and you haven't traipsed all of that stuff into your rig. So moving on, we've got the bed. So one thing that's really important to us is good sleep. So we got an organic latex mattress on here, 6 inches thick, so super comfortable. And then we've got the Froley bed system under here, which again I can't say enough good things about. Super easy to install and really nice to sleep on. And we've had many good nights sleeping here. The hatch up at the top here has got all of the blackout blinds. It's got the bug nets, and this is electric, so you can.
Whoa!
You can open this up and you can get up onto the roof from the bed, which is really nice.
Electric hatch? I didn't even know that's a thing.
It's a thing.
What? That's really cool.
And all of everything blacks out in here. I mean, this place is darker than dark at night, which is great. So if you are, you know, dry camping in a city because you're on the way somewhere in a Walmart parking lot, put these bad boys up. You could be anywhere. And then you've got the bug nets as well, which is great. We've got a whole pile of storage under the bed too, so that just lifts up. So we've got more storage under here, which is great for shoes and hiking gear and packs and things. And then up at the back here, we've got yet more storage in a full closet in here for all of the shelving for clothes. And in the other side, we've even got hanging space, which is one of the things that we had to put in.
Nice.
Which worked great. And that is really the interior of the truck.
Beautiful. Very thorough. I think you know a thing or two about this truck and how it was built. One thing too that I love, like you said, with the glossy roof, like you can see the reflection of the windows, and it makes this thing feel taller.
It does.
Bigger.
It does. It gives a definite feeling of space in here, which is why we really wanted to go the gloss white route.
Cool. And then I assume these are magnetic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we love to cook on the road, so we have everything with us. We got the classic Instapot, you know, all of the toys for when we're cooking off-road for a decent meal. You know what? It's been a labour of love. I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm kind of sad that the build's over. There's still bits I'm tinkering with, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. And I'd do it differently as well, as these things always are, because they tend to evolve rather than be planned as these things unfold. It was probably a year in the planning and the sourcing part stage, because we've had bits from Russia, from Germany, from Australia, I mean all over, literally. We didn't want it to be the classic North American RV build. We wanted it to have that kind of Euro, almost like a boat feel to it. And that's where this came, that's where this sort of came from, really. So we're going to be heading through Colorado, through Moab, through Arizona, and really just putting it through its paces and getting out there and enjoying it. So we're really looking forward to it.
Do you want to shout out, I know you do web design, do you want to shout that out at all?
Yeah, you probably saw the wrap on the exterior. That's my company. I appreciate the plug.
Yeah.
It's Akira Studio. We do web development, graphic design, website hosting back in Canada. That's what we do.
So yeah, if you guys need any web work, hit up Tony. Thank you again for showing us.
No worries.
The only question I have for you, are you down to mob?